Hey everybody, Miss Ladybug here. Here we are at the end of 2021. It is December 31st. It's almost 5 o'clock. I am actually going to go out for a little while and hang out with some friends and have some treats and share some stories and listen to some music. Um, it's the first time I've gone out on a New Year's Eve in 20 some odd years. I probably will last maybe 2 hours. I'm pretty set in my ways. And saying that, I'll say that being set in my ways are ways that have helped me to heal. Things like being in bed at a specific time. Um, not overdoing, being moderate in everything I do. So, anyway, this episode is all about where I am today and my hopes for tomorrow. So, I've shared in the last couple episodes. The first one was how did the medication madness begin? And then the second one was withdrawals, detox, tapering detox, withdrawals, the saga. And this is where we are today and hopes for tomorrow. So where are we today? Well, I am in a house, a real house with electricity and running water, and I don't have to deal with propane, and I don't have to deal with firewood, and I don't have to deal with the elements. It's so wonderful. Hasn't always been this way. Those that have watched my journey have seen me go from being in a tent to couch hopping to being in various different RVs. I've been all over the place. Anyway, now I'm in my own place. I pay rent and I feel like a regular citizen again. What else is going on today? I am up and out of bed. I get up every day. I wake up almost the same every day between 7:30 and 8. I get up, I get my tea, I get the dogs out to do their morning things that they have to do outside, and we get going. I meditate every morning. I really stay focused on being in the moment and this day. Those going through this journey of coming off opiates, benzodiazepines, psychiatric drugs, that the challenges to everyday life are just so widespread. And we go through feeling miserable to just trying to distract to trying to find some acceptance. My dogs are freaking out. You need to chill out, Lola. Anyway, so yeah, I live a pretty routine life. I started back in 2018 after I'd gone to the pain center, really working on having a routine, because when you're so sick, you don't have a routine. You're just getting through the moments. But our routines really help us. Our habits and our routines really help us stay on track, stay in the moment, stay focused, and move forward. And so I developed routines around sleeping, around eating, around how I am around other people. I just developed routines that helped me stay on track for me. As I said in some of the earlier videos, yes, I still have some symptoms. But I'm way better off the medications than I was on the medications. And I'm improving all the time. I think over the last few years, my biggest setbacks have had to do with extraordinary stress. And so that's one thing that I do my best to keep at a dull roar or eliminate is added stress. Of course, there's things I can't control because we live in a world where we don't have full control over everything else, which is where some of my stress came. You know, when my son died, that was a big hit to my central nervous system. And I know that it altered the course that I'd been on for healing. Then, just a year and a half after that, I ended up getting COVID and was very sick for months. Over 6 months, I was very ill with COVID and vestibular migraines and adrenal fatigue and diverticulitis. And then there was stress where I lived, and I've had to move a couple times. So stress really is impactful for this healing process. And that being said, you have to kind of just accept that as well. When a stressor hits and you're just moving along, doing the best you can in your recovery and your healing and you're being in the life that you want, and boom, you get sideswiped. That's not your fault. It's just something you have to live with. And that's one thing I've really been learning a lot is we can all be as cautious as we want and plan and be careful. You know, my boys, I was very active for years in Boy Scouts and Cub Scouts. You know, always be prepared. That's a great motto. It's really a great motto to learn how to build a fire or how to get food out in the forest or how to do a splint. You know, those kind of preparations, they're really good skills. But there's always going to be things that happen that we're not in control of and that we just have to live with them. And there's the rub, isn't it? Whether it be pharmaceuticals, whether it be addiction, whether it be someone rear-ending you in a traffic accident, your house burning down in a wildfire. No one asks for these things. And many people do lots to prepare to be okay through those kind of things. But life still happens. Today is what we get. One of my main tenets that I live by anymore is there benefit for me or anyone else? Complaining, there's no benefit. When I first started this journey, there was a lot of complaining, and I needed to complain and say what was going on to find out what was going on because I didn't understand, and telling other people about it, and then other people being able to give me some feedback and tell me what their experiences. I learned. But continuing to complain about symptoms became not of any benefit for me. And conversely, hearing the same people talk every day about the same symptoms, there was no benefit for them or me there either. And so that's when I made some big changes. I started really focusing on what I could be positive about, what I could be grateful for. And I've been grateful through my whole journey. And if you watch my videos, you'll see that even in the worst of times, gratitude is a key component to surviving this, truly. But finding things to be positive about, finding things you're grateful for, focusing on what you can do, focusing on what you want for your life rather than constantly focusing on how bad you feel, what you don't like, what's gone wrong, who screwed you over, who screwed them over, who's taken advantage of you. Going over and over those things, there's never going to change it. It's never going to fix it. It just perpetuates you feeling bad. And it does. If all you're talking about is how bad you feel, you're going to keep feeling bad. I know that's a real hard thing to swallow. It's a real hard thing to grasp, but it's the truth. And I know that if you gave it a try, you'd find it to be true for you too. If you start talking about things that are good, things you're grateful for, people you're grateful for, things that you're hopeful for, what you're doing to get to where you want and what you want in your life, those are the things that are going to come to you. So that's my now. That's my today. I stay very focused in the now. I stay very focused on what is benefiting me and how I can be a benefit to others. I really try to stay away from negativity. Yes, I understand if someone's hurting, then they need to talk about it maybe, but not over and over and over and over and over and over and over, because there's no benefit in that. And if you look at it, you'll see that's true. So my hopes for tomorrow and beyond, I'm excited for 2022. I have been pre-paving what I want and working towards manifesting what I want, and I've got some great things I think coming up. Internet is a big stopgap for me, and I'm working on that. Hopefully in the next month I will have internet, and that's going to really accelerate what I'm working on, because I'm limited of having access to do those things right now. But I'm hopeful to get my Cheer Yourself Anew business started of cannabis and health coaching. I've been helping people for the last few years, and I'd like to venture it into a business and do more with that. I enjoy teaching people. I also am looking forward to more reunions with family. That was one of the big, huge things that happened in 2021 is I finally reunited with my daughter and my grandson. And out of all my family, that's all that I have been able to, and all I've really been interested in other than my son, but it's a start. I have lost so much, like so many do in this journey, but things are coming around, and that's wonderful. And I know more and more is going to come around. I'm hopeful to spend more time with my daughter and grandson. I'm hopeful to do more traveling and see friends and see people I haven't seen in a long time, like I did when I went up to Washington in October and November. I'm looking forward to seeing what I create here where I live and all the gardening I'm doing and having fun with that. I'm hopeful I'm going to get a new vehicle and have more adventures that way. I've got another dog. A lot of great things happen in 2021, as well as some challenging things. And it's going to be the same next year. There's going to be wonderful things that happen, and there's going to be things I'm not so happy about. I'll take it all. I take it all. This is my life. I have a life. So do you. You think you don't, but you do. Even if you're feeling miserable and sick, that's your life right now. It's not going to stay forever. Nothing does. Nothing is forever. Always, there is no always. Things change. They always change. You change, I change, the world changes. Flex with it. Go with it, embrace it, and find your special spot in the new world that you are creating for yourself and those that you love. I am so grateful that I'm as well as I am. Yeah, I'm still disabled, I'm still on disability, and I still could not work a full-time job. There's just no way. I don't have the energy, physically or emotionally. But I am so much better. I'm happy. I have friends. I have family. I have things that I do that I'm proud of. I can be productive. And throughout this entire journey, I have been productive. This is what I've produced. Myself for today. That's what I've been working on. And I'm going to keep working on this because I'll never be finished. It's never going to be perfect. And I just encourage you all. You get stuck, I think. I've seen people, they get stuck on terminology like healed. This isn't like fixing a bone. This is way different than going in and doing an internal fixation on a broken bone. This is different. This is our brains. This is our neurotransmitters. This is pathways. And as I've said before, the key thing that we have going for us is neurogenesis. Doing new things creates new pathways. So it's not going to be the same. It's going to be new. Accept that. Embrace that. Embrace the difference. Embrace the new. If all you do is complain and be stuck in what you've lost, that's where you're going to be stuck. As I've shared many times, I've lost a lot. I lost so much through this. But look at where I am and look at what I have. This is my today. This is my now. This is my life. And I embrace it. So, anyway, I had hoped to not be so disturbed with my dogs and everything, but it is what it is. I'm getting ready to go, so I can't redo it. So this is it. This is life. I'm not going to, there'd be no benefit for me to redo all this because I might make a mistake in the next one. You know, it is what it is. So I wish you all a wonderful 2022. Be safe tonight wherever you are, and embrace what you have for your life today. Find the goodness, find the gratitude that will lift your spirits, I promise. Anyway, sending you all lots of love and receiving the love from all of you. Thank you so much. Peace, y'all.